Morning guys, this is Wyatt with Triad Dirt Works. Bringing you a video of the day. Definitely something different what we're doing today. I'm actually at my sweet sister's house down in my hometown, and it's Friday and it's a beautiful day to pour some concrete. This has been a project I've been working on the weekends. I'm gonna flip it around and kind of give you a walkthrough of what we got going on. So right here, we've got a pool right here, and there used to be a deck, a wooden deck, and it was pretty much the layout of this form board, except it didn't have that jut out over there where Dad's standing. But they decided that they wanted to take the deck down and pour a concrete slab up to this concrete right here. So that's what we're doing, and we're going to get started. The concrete truck's here, kind of putting the final touches on this thing, and we're going to get going. So I'm going to set up a time lapse. This is going to be good. Alright folks, let's get it started here. I do want to talk about a couple different points in this, and let me first start off saying that we are not concrete experts by no means, but if it's within our wheelhouse, and I'll go into depth about that later, we will take it on. This concrete job consisted of about 7.5 yards, and pretty basic pour, but we decided to bring in a couple experts that, you know, once we got it on the ground, that they could take it from there, and that's exactly what these gentlemen did. These guys were top notch in the finishing process and kind of heading it up and spearheading the project. Since we're comfortable with concrete, but in low increments, we will go cut out a sidewalk and do it back if we need to. If we got to install a drain underneath it, you know, we'll fix what we tear up. But a big job like this, that's big to us. It might not be to other people, but it is for us. And everybody had their part in this project. I was on this project probably the most, doing the deck demo, doing the excavating for the deck patio that's going in right now, and Dad came down a couple days, or one day rather, and did the finish grading for it. My brother-in-law, he formed it up. And little cool fact here, all these form boards that you saw were actually milled on our Wood-Mizer LT15 sawmill, so he did a really good job with that. And as you can see, it's not a square piece of concrete, folks, it's rounded. So he actually took the time to get a form board, a couple form boards rather, down to the specific size so they can bend and bow and make a little curvature feature. As Dad's famous words is, nothing in nature is square, everything has their curves and appearances. So it's very, very cool to get this installed and get it formed up like that. But these two guys that came in, and it was very short notice, and it was pretty fast track, and they came down and they went out of their way to drive an hour, usually where they service, down to our hometown and help us out with this concrete project. And let me tell you folks, it went without any flaws. It was perfect, and couldn't imagine it to go any better, and really fortunate to have these guys involved. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of a slope difference. This patio pool deck's built up onto like a plateau area, and there's a reason for that. There's a lot of rocks. If you see down in the bottom right corner of your screen, all the rocks and stuff, and you see one big rock there, and it is absolutely ginormous, and I just couldn't get it out. So that's kind of, we wanted to go back further with this excavation spot, but I just couldn't. All the rock that we encountered, our machines just couldn't do it. So there's definitely a reason why this is built up like it is, and why there was a deck there, and why there wasn't concrete to begin with. So the old homeowners definitely had experiencing some troubles excavating around this property because it's extremely rocky. But we got it excavated, got it dug out, and we got it to where we can manage it. We didn't quite get the concrete truck to the exact location that we needed to. He definitely did a good job of backing it up the driveway, which is a huge feat in itself. It's a pretty steep grade, and getting that big old truck up that driveway was no easy feat. So he did a really good job with that, but it also led us into wheelbarrowing the concrete. We had 3 wheelbarrows going, and we wheeled them into the furthest point, which you saw previous, and we just kind of had to work with what we had. And we had the Ditch Witch SK800 there with the bucket on, just in case if the concrete truck was stuck at the road, couldn't get up the driveway, or we just had to get that concrete in. When it comes to concrete, folks, we kind of stress out a little bit because it's not something that we do every day, but I did feel at ease with these two guys here kind of heading it up, and we just kind of fell into place and let them guide us to whatever they needed done. We were there to help those guys. So we got it on the ground. and then they started putting their finishing marks on it, and that's exactly what they wanted. There's no reason for 4 people to get in the way of these 2 guys. They've done it for 40 years, and they did a really good job with it. I can't speak highly enough of these 2 gentlemen. Guys, this is another project in the books. This was a family project and had a lot of different moving parts involved with it. So fortunate for these guys to take their part in it and making it look nice and professional and clean, because I'm not sure that we could have got it that way with our concrete skills. So very fortunate to work this job in tandem and get my sister and brother-in-law fixed up at their beautiful home in our hometown. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, please hit subscribe, comment down below if you enjoyed the video. Guys, this is Wyatt with Triad Dirt Works, and like always, we do appreciate you.